My name is Dave Pickering. I'm the math teacher here at South Pittsburg High School in South Pittsburg, Tennessee. We are about 30 miles to the west of Chattanooga. We're a small community and a small school. I'm real happy to teach here. I'm in my 4th year now of teaching algebra to some of the best kids in the world. We are a small Title I school. Now that means that we have a high degree of poverty. We're sort of an economically disadvantaged school. About 75% of our kids are on the free lunch program. And that means that money's awfully tight here. And I'm not always able to do for the kids what I'd like to do. I have a great deal of passion for my job. These kids sort of remind me of myself a little bit. You know, I grew up in a small town in Mississippi. We were not a wealthy little community either. My daddy owned chicken houses, and for a while we had a dairy farm. So it was a tough go, like it is for many of the families that send their kids here. The one thing that was a great saving grace for me was that I had a teacher that made me feel like I could be more than what I thought. And that's what I've always wanted to do for the kids that I teach. I came to teaching the long way around. After I got out of college, I joined the Navy. I was a naval officer for 20 years. After that, I joined sort of the corporate world, working for a defense contractor in Washington, D.C. Frankly, I was making more money than I ever thought I'd make in my life. But it wasn't what I was meant to do. I was meant to reach and touch and work with young people and help them see that there's a better life for them that can be made available through education. I'm in the computer lab that's down the hall from my classroom. Before I talk to you about my hope to bring technology into the mathematics classroom to make math more relevant to the kids that I teach, I'm proud of this lab. I'm proud that we've got it. There are maybe 15 working computers in here, and I think as you look around you can see that these are not the most current. They're basically hand-me-downs that we've managed to gather from across the county. As I said, maybe 15 of these are working at any one time. We've got an IT staff that works for the county, and they do a great job, but they've got to service every school in the county, and they get and try to keep these up the best that they can. With the last semester, I taught 36 kids in one class. It's just an unmanageable situation to try to have half of my kids here, half of them by themselves down at the other end. On a good day, I can get half of my kids down here. It's just not manageable to be able to do some of the activities and to make use of those tremendous resources that are on the web that will engage kids in a different way. That's what I want to be able to do. The school can get for me a mobile laptop lab, a mobile lab that I'll be able to roll right in my classroom. We've got wireless here, so they would be able to pick up the internet connections there. We could do these lessons right exactly in my classroom without having to transit. Every kid would have their own computer. We would be able to do some tremendous mathematics there. Again, funding's the problem. There's no way that the school is going to be able to come up with $30,000 for me, and that's certainly something that I can't fund myself. But together, I hope that we can all just contribute just a little bit to help me be able to do this type of activity. One of the things that I've wanted to do and haven't been able to is to use technology and hands-on exercises and activities in a way that makes math meaningful for my students. For example, there is a tremendous website that gives a web quest for kids on buying an automobile. And basically, through this web quest that the kids do, they're able to compare two types of automobiles they might like to have and research what the purchase price is, what the insurance cost would be for each of them, what the gas mileage would be, the expected maintenance cost over time, and take those two vehicles or those two potential purchases and see at what point is one a better choice than the other, at least from an economic standpoint. Now this is an exercise that sort of illuminates one of the concepts I teach, which is systems of equations. But if I'm talking x's and y's, I'm going to have a kid's attention for so long. But if I'm talking, you know, a Camaro and a Grand Am, suddenly I've got their attention, something that they can reach. The problem that I have is that I never have that sort of technology to be able to bring the mathematics to life. It's very difficult. Like I said, we're a small school. I do get some money to purchase supplies and whatnot. $100 a year. $100 a year is what I'm given to, you know, to educate, you know, around 80 kids a year. And that's just not enough to be able to do some of the things that I want to do. That's why I'm asking you to help out a small school, a dedicated teacher that cares for his kids, and I promise you that I do. But if you could donate to us through the PayPal link that's going to be provided on this page, we could do some tremendous things for these kids. I feel like there's so much more that I can give that's just not available to me, that I'm not able to do. I promise you, I pull out my wallet and I'm buying supplies for these kids all the time to be able to help, but it's just not enough to be able to reach them in a technologically meaningful way. The way that these kids are going to be using math in their real world, in their real existences. And that's what I hope you'll help me to do. If you'll hit that PayPal link that's just below, I would be very, very appreciative if you would offer the Math Club of South Pittsburg High School your financial support. And I promise to come back and post more web links about how we've used the donations that have come into our school. And I want to keep you informed and up to date. We appreciate your help. Goodbye. On this web page, you're going to see something called an opt-in form. Now that opt-in form is going to ask you for your email address, and it's a way for me to be able to send you updates and to let you know what it is that your financial support has enabled us to do here in our high school and in my math class. And we hope that you'll fill that out, because I want you to feel and to see that your contribution is making a difference. By the way, the money that you'll donate to us is going to be tax deductible. You'll get a PayPal receipt on that, and it is South Pittsburg High School. That's where you're making your contribution to the math department. And so we really, really hope that you'll join us in this endeavor to bring a little bit of more technology and to make math come alive in our small little community here. Thank you very much.